So if you want to do a vegan version, this is how you do it. You'll notice that there are 5 kinds of beans. Corn and hominy are essentially the same. Normally I do white hominy with yellow corn, but back in the storeroom there was white corn and golden hominy, and those were the 2 ingredients, well, that and the white kidney beans, that I did not have. So this is going to be shared with my housemates since it's a combination of our supplies. The only beans that are going to get rinsed are going to be the black beans, because I don't want it turning my corn and hominy purple. The red, for some reason, doesn't seem to, it goes right along with the tomato, but it's 2 different tomatoes. One is chili style, which I believe has the jalapenos. Not sure. The other one is basically green chilies, which is pretty much Rotel. Yeah, that one's got seasoning and it doesn't really say. And, well, here we go. Let's just read the can. Ingredients. That's not them. Ingredients: tomatoes, tomato juice. Ah, come on, focus. Oh, there's a little bit of sugar in there. What kind of peppers? Okay, I gotta read this with glasses. Here I am being very vain again, making sure no one sees me with my cheaters. $1 a pair at the Dollar Tree. Yes, they break very easily. They're, they're crap. But the way I tend to lose things and break things anyway, I'd rather have it be $1 than several dollars that I'm just watching get wasted. So anyway, the can says that it's green bell peppers with chili peppers. And the other one says green chilies. Chopped green jalapeno chili peppers. Okay, so they are jalapeno. So there we go. A little heat, a little sweet. That's the 2 tomatoes, or the tomato base that's going in. And I'm not thinking that my pan's going to be big enough. Oh, and this is paprika. Bought in from a bulk container, because I have plenty, after all these years that I've been living on this earth, it's no longer just cumin. It's an actual chili blend. It's cumin mixed with my chili powder that also came from the bulk dispenser and went into a little plastic bag first. A reusable, always reusing plastic bag. So anyway, I'm going to get this simmering. Cool thing is I don't have to cook the meat. And in that chili style tomato is essentially most of the ingredients that are already in the meatloaf too. So this is like really cool. This is a great way to cook. This is cooking on a shoestring. This is how you do it. So you people that are spending all that money going through the drive-through, getting kid meals and all that other stuff, because you say you can't afford to cook that much food for the same price, I'm calling you out on it. I'm saying, nope, you can. You just have to shop very good throughout the year, and then be willing to eat what's available, not what you're in the mood for. See, this whole, what do you feel like eating? I feel like eating food that's going to nourish my body and fill me up and give me sustainable energy. so that I can conduct the necessary things that I need to do, you know? I mean, that's just how you do it. It's just a different way of looking at food. And this little particular part of the series, I'm probably going to also, well, actually, it should be part of my Eating Rainbows channel. Yes, I have one of those too. But it's very hard to, I mean, I know we always see those celebrities saying that I do this. Well, what they're not saying is I make enough money doing this, all these multiple things, that I can hire people to do a lot of it for me. Versus me. See, everything that I do, it's just me. I don't have a crew. I don't have a film crew. I don't have office assistants. I don't have CPAs. If I screw up my finances, I go down the tube, and there's no one to blame but me. So, welcome to my life, and basically, welcome to what it is to be middle-class America. And technically, I mean, if you look at the numbers, I'm still poverty America, but I'm putting in the effort. And that's the difference between the poor people that piss off the rest of Americans who seem to think that land of the free means give it to me, and the rest of us who are willing to do the work in order to have the better life. Just a little commentary during this crazy, insane election year where everyone's, I mean, let's face it, none of us know what the hell is being told to us is true or not. We just don't. We all have to guess. And I just choose not to listen to any of it. And keep on keeping on. Putting in the effort and making my own reality, regardless of what the rest of the insanity of humanity does. And I just discovered that my biggest pot's not much bigger than the one that I had on here. It just has 2 handles and maybe another cup's worth of room. Anyway, that's the big chunk of leftover meatloaf, complete with barbecue sauce. So it's got some extra little veggies in it. I'm just gonna take a knife and chop it all back up again so that it looks like browned ground meat. Then I'm gonna open all these cans and just start dumping, except for the black beans, which will be strained, and I will find another thing to use, the juice, because you have to remember the liquid inside of, that's the thing about the canned foods, the liquid inside the canned foods, there's nutrition in there. So pouring it down the drain is insane in my world, especially when pretty much the only time I'm using canned foods is when I'm doing something like this. I'm making a soup, which will feed a lot of people. People seem to forget that. Soup goes a long, long way. And basically get a loaf of your favorite artisanal bread, or make some cornbread, or make some biscuits, or, all the stuff that people used to do before they spent most of their income at restaurants. I know, gotta support the economy. God forbid. Yeah, never mind. Please support local businesses. And if that means a road trip, by all means, support a restaurant. And by all means, please support me by letting me take care of your animals while you're away. There's my plug. Okay, as I was opening the garbanzo beans, I was remembering that my housemates don't like garbanzo beans. So instead of adding them to the soup, I'm going to make hummus. Yes, for those of you who aren't aware, this is what hummus is made out of. You just add the seasoning, some olive oil, and some tahini, which is basically sesame seed butter, and you've got hummus. Little cumin, yeah, same stuff that's in here, only I think it's just the cumin. I don't think the chili pepper's in there. Anyway, that's how easy it is to make that really expensive hummus that you spend all that money on too, because you don't know how to do it for yourself. Anyway, I'll show you how to do that too, since apparently I'm now making hummus. One more thing added to my list. And as I was shaking, I was reminded that also inside my chili seasoning is my roasted garlic, dried roasted garlic. So basically I take spices and I make my own blends, and then I have fewer jars, and everything can always be bought pretty much at your natural grocers. So you just buy little portions and then you make your own blends, repurposing your spice jars. Wash and sterilize between, not that they grow bacteria that easily being dry, but every now and again you just need to clean things. That's just a good habit to be in. And no, I did not measure anything. I just sprinkle until it looks pretty good, But I've been cooking since I was 12, and I'm now 56. So I've learned a thing or two. I don't have to measure everything. I know how to throw things together and make good food and feed families and people and grow healthy bodies. Just from experience. Okay. Yes, I am going to put avocado oil in my soup, but I've already emptied the jar to the one that has the little spigot that used to be an olive oil jar. And yes, it gets washed as well. Okay, so this is the time when I really like having electricity and the ability to use an electric can opener, because I just opened all these cans like that. But as you can see, and this is Steam Crisp, has very little liquid in it, which is kind of cool. But you can see all of the liquids in the beans. This one has the most color. But again, because I've got tomatoes in the soup, for some reason, the color from the red kidney beans doesn't change the color of the other vegetables. Whereas this, the black bean juice, does. So I'm going to set that aside to rinse. Well, actually, I better just go get my colander. This is another one of the really cool modern pieces that I love that sinks have now. I love being able to do that. Because guess what? I gotta spray these beans. So here we go. Ah! Like I said, the messiest cooks are the best cooks. So, first one's in the pot. And, they're getting cooked, so falling on the cabinet is not going to kill me. And then I'm just dumping all the rest of these. And there you go. Piled high. Now, you can see that there is stuff still left in the bottom of these cans. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit more liquid, aka H2O, and in this case, beautiful fresh Rocky Mountain spring water straight from the ground, because we are on a well system. And I'm going to add just enough to each of these little cans to where I can swish it around and get every last bit of goodness to go into my soup, because it's all about the nutrition when you're eating rainbows. And there it is. This is way too high, and as you can see, I don't have a lot of room for more liquid. But there is a twofold reason for doing what I'm doing. You see, when you recycle your cans, which you should do, because this is one of the few things we don't have to worry about. It's very easily recycled, and they actually do it. It's the plastic crap that is screwing things up as far as having a beautifully recyclable world, because so much of that still can't be recycled. Anyway, it helps. I mean, you need to rinse the cans out anyway, but why waste the water? Put it in your soup.